It's been your first week and a half with the team, but how do you feel about taking the reins right now?
So far, pretty good. All the guys have been pretty bought in so far, and I like what we're doing. I like all of our effort. So far, it's going really good. We're expecting a pretty good season.
And the weather's cooperated. You've got a lot of time. Of course, you're filling a lot of holes from last year, but from what you've seen, how do you like heading into the Jamboree here?
We feel pretty good so far. We got two pretty tough teams in the Jamboree, which I don't mind. Kind of see where we're at with everything, and it should get us ready for our first few games. We got a pretty tough schedule at the beginning of the year with Chanute. Neo Deshay had a lot of success last year in Burlington, so we're feeling pretty good up to this point.
And filling in for Grady, that's not easy. Of course, that's not the only hole, but that's a big one. How do you feel about the seniors that, they left some pretty big holes and some pretty big marks, but how do you feel about the upperclassmen coming in there and filling that void?
We feel really good, and, we definitely lost Grady. Gavin pitched a lot for us, Lucas Mayer in the outfield. So far, we feel pretty good about replacing them. We definitely, if our pitching can come along and pick up what Grady and Gavin did, we'll be feeling really good. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing for us, is just finding some consistency on the mound, and we got a lot of guys that can do it. Now it's just, making sure they can do it on the given days that we have games.
And you saw a lot of these guys who were on the mound last year. They're coming back. They have a lot of poise. They're experienced, especially during American Legion. So how do you feel about that pitching coming along? Do you think it'll be one of those things that'll just quickly develop and it won't be an issue? Or?
I'm hoping so. We've been going live the last few days, kind of trying to get pitchers ready and our hitters ready to see the arms, and so far it's looked really good. So, when Easton gets healthy, he'll be back, and I'm sure he'll be ready to go. He's been able to throw a few bullpens. Kale and Jace both threw a lot for us last year and started some games. They've been looking really good. Austin Crooks looked awesome yesterday. Reed Clift has been looking. We have a lot of options, so it's nice. Yeah. So we have the pitching, and now it's just can we get through 4 or 5 innings and get to those later innings with our pitching? So.
Absolutely. Well, let me get to you, Easton. First of all, it's been a long time, and I know you're not coming back right now. You got to still get cleared, but how do you feel about just getting out, getting loose, kind of getting yourself back up to that level, especially having so much time off due to this injury?
I think it's been pretty good. I mean, I'm coming back a lot quicker than I expected, and, it feels a lot better than I expected it to be. Throwing isn't too bad. It's really just side-to-side stuff, but I think it'll be pretty good.
And you're going to have to, every senior, they're trying to leave their mark for those future generations. And you're only going to have a little bit of time. Do you think what's your mindset once you get cleared? Just blow it all out? And,
Just do as much as I can, really. Just try and make a big impact.
And how do you feel about this team so far? Of course, like we said, it's got some holes, but, man, you guys got a lot of talent, especially coming up from that American Legion 17U team. How do you feel about this team?
I think we can be pretty good if our pitching stays consistent, and if our hitting is really consistent. I think we'll be really good.
And you yourself, you got to develop your skills over the summer. I knew it. You got to develop your skills over the summer. You got to learn a lot from being on a skill. Because they always say a good team lifts up great players. How do you feel about being on a team like this year after year that just seems to get better?
I think it's great. It makes me a lot better. The people on the team push me a lot, and it's really good.
Absolutely. And hey, Trey, same situation. You're coming off an injury. It's been a long time, but you've been involved with all these programs in one way or another. But what's it like getting back on the field with them?
Honestly, it's really nice. Recovery was a lot faster than I expected. I came back really nice and smooth, and everything's just going my way for me, thankfully, and just trying to get the season started.
And what were you talking to Easton together? Because was it your left knee and his right knee? Or?
Same knee.
Same knee. And what was the conversation between you guys? Were you comparing notes? Or?
Well, it's funny, cousins and everything. It's kind of funny with being the same knee, only happening with certain time frame. It's funny, but it's nice getting back to being better and everything.
And of course, you're coming back from a really solid season last year. There's a lot of folks that I know when a guy comes off a solid season, they want to kind of go on top of that and kind of build off of that. Kind of, how do you feel about coming into this year after having so much success last year?
I've been telling everybody that I want to do a lot better than I did last year. Even though I had a really nice season last year, I want to get over 600 average. I want to just try and hit the ball as hard as I can every time I'm up at the plate. You know, gaps, home runs, you know, whatever. But you know, I just really want to be able to have a better season this year.
Absolutely. And do you feel back up to 100%? Or?
Yeah, I feel amazing.
And at what point were you like, you know, because sometimes they say I don't really know until I test myself. Kind of, what point were you like, oh, it's going to be a year kind of thing?
You know, it's really about, you know, 4th, 5th day of practice. You know, I was kind of testing the waters for the first couple of days because I wasn't, you know, 100% sure. But you know, after that, I mean, everything just clicked and I feel so much better.
Absolutely. And one more question to you, which is, you know, you're a coach, you're inheriting a team that's got a lot of talent already baked in. What's that like when someone just throws you the keys to the Lamborghini there?
It's there's definitely some pros and cons to both of it. I mean, it's awesome to take over this program after it's had so much success in the past. With that, I feel comes a little bit of pressure, but we're preparing every day to keep it going in the right direction. So I think we're doing that, and I feel pretty confident. So, yep, I'm excited.
All right. Well, I won't take up any more